All right, everybody, aloha, it's Tioni from Hawaiian Keto Girl. I am going to be making salmon katsu. Now, you can use this recipe for chicken katsu as well. This recipe is strictly going to be with almond flour. I am working on another recipe that includes another breading component, but just for simplicity, I am going to make this video all about the almond flour. And I'm just going to show you how I manage and track my macros when making this dish. So I have my workstation here. This was it was actually 3 large fillets that I cut down into smaller pieces. And this one right here was one like medium-sized fillet that I cut in half. The way that I do my chicken katsu is really simple, and I've been doing it for like this for years. I just use garlic powder, salt and pepper. I will be frying with extra virgin olive oil today. And yes, my almond flour. This right here is 3 eggs to start. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have a lot of leftover eggs, and that's okay. And the trick here is all about having a tablespoon ready to measure the almond flour so that you can get the exact macros. Okay, so let's get started. All right, I am going to add my oil here, extra virgin olive oil. Now this one says that it's good for sauteing and stir frying, so find an oil that works for you. I do have avocado oil here, but I'm actually using that for another recipe, so I'm just using what I have available. And if you know of another frying oil that's really great for keto, then just comment down below and let me know. All right, so I got that oil warming up. I'm going to now season the salmon. Okay guys, at this point all I did was season by taste. I used garlic powder, salt and pepper. I seasoned both sides, and then from there I dipped it in the egg wash and I sprinkled the almond flour. But continue to watch because I will demonstrate that step a little later on in the video. All right, so we're just gonna let that fry, and we're not gonna flip it over until you see that this is golden brown. So let me lift it up for you. See how it's still a little white? You're not gonna flip it over yet. Oh, you just kind of disconnected. Okay, so just gonna wait till it's golden brown. Okay, so as you see here, 2 tablespoons of almond flour has 3 total carbohydrates. If you minus the fiber from it, then you have 1 net carb. So each fillet here is 1 net carb. Kind of golden brown. I'm gonna give this a flip. Now you have to work really gentle. You have to be really gentle with the almond flour. Really gentle so that the breading doesn't come off. Okay. I'm gonna let that harden and cook down, and then we're gonna flip it one more time so we can get a little bit more color. All right, so I just wanted to film this part for you. This is actually half of a tablespoon. It's not even a full tablespoon on some of them. And it's much easier to do it if you have 2 hands available. I only have 1 hand available, so I'm washing my hands in between and holding the camera with one. So yeah, if you're making this at home, it'll be much easier for you. But you don't have to necessarily use 1 tablespoon on each side of the fillet. Like these here was just half, this was half, and this was half. Okay, and it got a good coating on there. All right, so I'm just gonna go wash my hands now. See all that? I had to add just a little more oil in there and heat my pan up. I turned it off for a little bit, but while that's heating up, I wanna show you, I wanna let you hear how crunchy it is. Hear that? Okay, let's give one a try. Nice and crunchy. Very good. All right, so here's the finished product. And I overestimated on the eggs, so there's a good amount of eggs left here. And I do have some extra almond flour. Now, if you're super careful and not, you know, getting salmon juice or whatever in here, then you could probably save it, but I'm just gonna throw that away. And yeah, that's the way my workstation is looking right now. Let's go ahead and give this a cut so you can hear the crunch. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It is super easy. All you need for this recipe is your choice of protein. I've done this with salmon, I've done this with chicken. All you need is eggs, that's not pictured here, almond flour, and your seasoning. Very simple recipe, and it gives you that katsu vibes, like for real. And what I like serving this with on the side, if you have a keto-friendly katsu sauce, awesome. With the fish, I do like doing a more creamier sauce. So I'll just do like sriracha and some mayo and call it a day. So hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Comment down below if you do try it out. Let me know what you think. All right guys, I'm just gonna make my little creamy sauce. This is just mayonnaise and a little bit of sriracha. Do this for quesadillas and tacos and yeah. All right, there's the sauce. Go. So good. All right, guys. Aloha.